So on the first day of second grade, I was ecstatic to start a new year. See, I loved school, and I loved my new style. Try to picture it. British night high tops, jean mini skirt, a tank top, and a military-issued flat-top crew cut straight out of Top Gun. Yep, my parents dropped me off at the public school, private school that I had been attending for the last 2 years looking like that. Needless to say, a letter was sent home with me that very day, stating that my attire and my short hair were not becoming of a young lady. So my dad, also with a flat top, he promptly disenrolled me in private school and enrolled me in public schools. So on the second day of second grade, I was ecstatic to start a new year. That was also the same day that I started my now 24-year career in the public school system. See, after growing up in public schools, I decided it's the best place I can be, and I am in my 13th year as an educator. However, it seems that the place that I love to go to work gets a bad reputation in the eye of the media and in the mind of the public. So today, I'd like to make a case for public schools. No matter how you feel at this moment, I ask you to consider 3 statements. Public schools are safe. Public schools are rich. And public schools are exactly what our children need. They say that public schools are dangerous. But the numbers are out there, folks. The leading cause of death for children in our country is accidental and unintentional injury. So let me say it again. Public schools are safe. In fact, the real safety value of public schools is that they teach our children how to keep themselves safe. Public schools expose our kids to complicated interpersonal dynamics and therefore to a very specific set of nuanced skills concerning self-preservation. Children in our public schools, they learn what it means to be hurt by someone's words or actions, and as a result, how to speak their mind, how to walk away, or even make a better choice in friends. Our children learn what it means to feel uncomfortable by a stranger's presence or by a change in a friend's demeanor, and as a result, how to ask for help, how to stick up for a friend, or how to fight back. Our children learn what it means to be offered a sweet treat or healing medicine, and as a result, how to check in with an adult, how to ask if there are pot in those brownies, or even how to say, "No thanks, man." Our children also learn what it means to feel overwhelmed, exhausted, saddened, or inadequate, and as a result, how to pass on yet another commitment, how to find balance mentally and emotionally, and how to find support when they need it most. Public schools teach our children survival skills for life. And if we're lucky, they will not only know how to keep themselves safe, but they just might be perceptive enough to help keep their peers safe too. Public schools are safe. They say that public schools are underfunded and have little resources. However, they are rich in other ways, mainly in the people that they employ. Public school officials, administrators, transportation experts, food service workers, and educators of all kinds choose this work because they love kids. As the old one-liner goes, we sure ain't doing it for the money. Educators work tirelessly to make something special out of minimal resources, and every day, public school children reap the benefit of that ingenuity, motivation, and care. This type of thinking has led to highly varied learning for all of our educational, social, and emotional groups. Educators across this nation have created and implemented lunch groups, before and after school clubs, mentorships with trusted adults, hours within the day to work on passion projects, national field trips and competitions, and even completely different schools entirely that cater towards the specific needs and skill sets of our children. Our kids learn all of this because our educators care. So on top of all these things that they teach them, they do this despite the fact that people out there think we're bad at our job. I have personally known amazing educators who have been malevolently sued, wrongfully accused, grossly misinterpreted, fed a string of lies, and criticized daily without care. And most of them have the love and the strength to return to work in hopes of positively influencing at least one child. If wealth is measured in passion for the work, then my company is among the wealthiest. Public schools are rich. They say that public schools don't see our children for who they really are, and therefore don't give them what they need. I wonder, do any of us get exactly what we need? Public schools are mini versions of our larger community. They give our kids the chance to practice living in society. So they learn how to say please, thank you, and I'm sorry. But they also learn how to have in-depth interactions with other humans, all with different states and stories, moods and maturities, ideas and intentions, cultures and careers, races and religions. What they learn is that with such a varied world, their daily experience is sure to be unpredictable. In short, they learn that life is not perfect and it is certainly not fair. Our children will at some point be overlooked or misunderstood by a teacher. They will be shut out or embarrassed by a friend. They might even feel let down or unsure after a failed attempt. However, they will also learn how to hold their head high and get back up again and again and again. I know for a fact that our public school children get invaluable practice listening to others, negotiating a compromise, articulating their needs, pursuing what interests them, finding a purpose, deciding to make a positive impact, sustaining tough times, noticing the struggle in others, enduring boredom, loving someone, and losing others. And what's even better is that they learn all of this in a place where mistakes can be made, learned from, and oftentimes forgiven with little long-term consequence. Public schools are exactly what our children need. I stand before you today because this is personal. My husband and I, we choose intentionally to send our 11-year-old daughter to public schools for many reasons, the least of which is what she will actually be learning per the curriculum. We send her because we want her to feel competent in her decisions. We want her to realize that the life she creates depends largely on her attitude and motivation. And we want her to remember that the world is ever-changing yet beautiful. We send her to public schools because they are safe, rich, and exactly what she needs to learn essential lessons for life. We send her to public school with the hope that she'll feel comfortable and confident in whatever shoes or haircut she decides to wear in life. We send her to public schools. Thank you.